In the early 1920s, German engineer Arthur Serbius invented an electromechanical device called the Enigma machine. It was designed to be highly secure and was used extensively by the German military to communicate sensitive information. However, in 1942, during World War II, the Allies eventually managed to crack the code and gain access to valuable intelligence that helped them win the war. The cracking of the Enigma code was a significant achievement in the history of cryptanalysis. It was accomplished by a team of mathematicians, computer scientists, and other experts led by Alan Turing. The team used a combination of statistical analysis, code breaking technique, and machine learning based method to decipher the messages sent by the Germans. It also paved the way for the development of modern computers and cryptography. In 1950, Alan Turing published a paper entitled Computing Machinery and Intelligence. In this paper, Turing proposed a test for machine intelligence, famously known as Turing test. Turing states, I propose to consider the question, can machines think? I shall replace the question by another, which is closely related to it and is expressed in relatively unambiguous words. The new form of the problem can be described in terms of a game which we call the imitation game. The Turing test is a test of a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to or indistinguishable from that of a human. The test involves a human interrogator or evaluator who engages in a natural language conversation with two entities, one of which is a human, the other is a machine. The evaluator does not know which entity is the human and which is the machine. The machine is said to have passed the test if the evaluator cannot reliably distinguish between the two entities. In other words, if the machine can convince the interrogator or the evaluator that it is human, then it has passed the Turing test. The Turing test has been used as a benchmark for artificial intelligence research as provides a way to measure progress in the field. While no machine has yet passed a full Turing test, some of have come very close and have demonstrated significant progress towards achieving human-like conversation abilities. Fast forward nearly 4 decades later in 1989, when Gary Kasparov won a chess match against IBM's Deep Thought computer, he arrogantly told the programmers to teach it to resign earlier. By 1997, IBM scientists have made a massive investment. They have revamped the supercomputer, they doubled its strength, and they renamed the computer as a Deep Blue computer. They increased the ability to search through millions of possibilities for the strongest chess move. The improved supercomputer was able to scan about 200 to 300 million possible chess moves a second and able to analyze 74 moves ahead. For a comparison, the world's best chess masters can typically think 10 moves ahead. In May 1997, Gary Kasparov lost to IBM's Deep Blue computer in just 19 moves and lost the six-match series. It was the worst defeat of Kasparov's career. Until then, Kasparov has never lost a match to a human opponent and was first game he had lost in under 20 moves. In 2011, Ken Jennings, then the 74-time winner of the popular trivia quiz, and Brad Rutter, a 20-time champion, competed with a new IBM supercomputer named as Watson. They competed 3 times in 3 days and they lost each time. In April 2023, the German artist Boris Eldagsen won the prestigious Sony World Photography Award for his black and white photograph that depicted two women from different generations. However, he declined his award, stating that the photograph was created using artificial intelligence tools. Despite the history of more than 7 decades, AI is making a massive news only recently across all platforms. However, knowingly or unknowingly, artificial intelligence is embedded in our daily activities over the past several decades. Artificial intelligence has contributed tremendously to science, education, technology, arts, health, and business. Therefore, it's important to have a look at the historical development of AI and who has contributed in the early days of AI. In 1955, John McCarthy, the American computer scientist, introduced the term artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence begins with the work of Frank Rosenblatt. Rosenblatt received his undergraduate degree in mathematics from Cornell University in the 1950s. He then went on to earn a PhD in psychology from Harvard University in the 1956, where he worked with B.F. Skinner, one of the founders of behaviorism. In the late 1950s, Rosenblatt began working on the development of Perceptron, which was a type of neural network that could learn from experience and improve its performance over time. The perceptron was based on the idea of a biological neuron and was designed to simulate the way that neurons in the brain process information. In July 1958, the US Office of Naval Research unveiled an IBM 704, a 5-ton computer the size of a room. It was fed with a series of punch cards for an experiment. Punch cards, also known as IBM cards, are a form of data storage that were widely used in the early days of computing. They consist of rectangular pieces of stiff paper or cardboard, typically about 7.37 inches by 3.25 inches in size, with holes punched in specific location to represent data. Each hole location corresponds to a specific character or data value, such as a letter, number, or symbol. After 50 trials of experiments, IBM 704 computer taught itself to distinguish cards marked on the left from cards marked on the right. According to Rosenblatt, it was a demonstration of the perceptron, the first machine which is capable of having an original idea. In 1958, Rosenblatt wrote, "Stories about the creation of machines having human qualities have long been fascinating province in the realm of science fiction. Yet we are about to witness the birth of such a machine capable of perceiving, recognizing, and identifying its surroundings without any human training or control." Just a year later, this demonstration caught a massive attention in the media. In 1958, the New York Times reported that perceptron was to be the embryo of an electronic computer. Unfortunately, Rosenblatt faced the issue that his neural network system, despite being more advanced, did not perform well. This was attributed to his usage of a single layer of neural network, which significantly restricted the system's capabilities. Moreover, during that time, the available computers were only capable of handling this basic configuration, leaving little room for improvement. By 1969, the computer science community had abandoned and forgotten the idea of artificial intelligence. However, at that time, Geoffrey Hinton had an unconventional idea about how artificial intelligence could work. He said that human brain is highly complex neural network and that this powerful system could be replicated in machines with some tweaking. Hinton was convinced that artificial neural networks could work and saw the genius in the idea that everyone else had missed. In the 1980s, Hinton began working on the development of artificial neural networks, which were computer models inspired by the structure and function of the human brain. He proposed a technique called backpropagation that made it possible to train these neural networks to recognize patterns in data. Unfortunately, Hinton's work on neural network fell out of favor in the 1990s, but he continued to work on the development of deep learning algorithms. In 2012, his research team made a breakthrough when they used deep learning techniques to dramatically improve the accuracy of image recognition software. Hinton's work on deep learning has had a profound impact in the field of artificial intelligence, and he has received numerous awards and honors for his contribution. With the tremendous progress over the past 7 decades, we are approaching from artificial intelligence to artificial general intelligence or AGI. AGI is an emerging field of AI that aims to create machines that can perform any intellectual task that a human being can. Unlike narrow AI systems that are designed to perform specific tasks, AGI is intended to possess a broad range of cognitive abilities, including perception, reasoning, learning, problem solving, and creativity that would enable it to tackle a wide range of complex and unfamiliar tasks. An AGI system would be able to understand natural language, make inferences, learn from the experience, adapt to a new situation, and generate a novel ideas and solutions. It would not be limited to a particular domain or an application, but could apply its intelligence to any task, whether it is scientific, research, art, education, engineering, or social interaction.
Even more fascinating idea is evolutionary artificial intelligence or EAI. Evolutionary artificial intelligence draws inspiration from principles of biological evolution to create intelligent system. By employing evolutionary algorithm and genetic programming, EAI allows machines to undergo iterative process of variation, selection, reproduction, and gradually improving their performance over time. This approach holds promise for solving complex problems, optimizing designs, and adapting to changing environment, making evolutionary artificial intelligence a fascinating field that mimics the power of natural selection in the realm of artificial intelligence. In May 2023, Geoffrey Hinton quit his job at Google, where he had worked for over a decade to speak out about the risks of artificial intelligence. He has expressed concern about how clever AI technology has become and its potential dangers. He believes that humanity is just a passing phase in the evolution of intelligence and that we are about to sleepwalk towards an existential threat to civilization without anyone involved acting maliciously at all. Hinton has identified four dangers that most worry him. They are unchecked development of superintelligent chatbots, the possibility of AI being used by bad things by bad actors, the potential of AI to be used for mass surveillance, and the possibility of AI being used to create autonomous weapons.